Hello everybody, and welcome to New Year's Eve, the last day of 2019. Of course, Booster and I are actually sitting on New Year's. We live in the future. We are
Mm-hmm.
2020, right?
That's why I'm Mr. Gold, baby, because I'm from the future. Haha.
That's right. That's right. It works out,
I'm a
doesn't it?
whole decade ahead. Oh,
Really, a whole decade. That's nice to hear.
yeah.
Yep.
Uh, well, guys, we're happy to have you come in here. We know a lot of people, of course, are busy, but we thought we'd come in and just do a little bit of hello and wrap up of the year and talk about what we're going to be doing next year. Thought that might be fun. Maybe do some Q&A. So if you guys got any questions for, well, anything on Fanspeak, but particularly on Bugbear's Basement here and the campaign we're running, please ask any question you'd like. Also, keep in mind, check out those links down below. We have, of course, all the contacts for everybody. If you want to be on the show, we encourage you to do so, or if you want to be on the Drone Recorder Ultimate Edition. Also, we have our fan speak over on Facebook, so please be part of that. Also, for the sake of Dinale, because he gets upset when I forget, which is pretty much all the time, hit that sub button and the like button. But the thing we need most is for you to hit that share button and let your family and friends and extended community know what's going on so they can come over here and join us. Now, with all that out of the way, welcome, and let's come say hello to we got here to kind of cheer in the new year in a way. Of course, the amazing oiled bird from New
Hey, Zach, how
Zealand.
you doing?
Yeah, that's very noisy. How you doing, Booster?
Oh, it's Zach. Oh, I mean Booster. Oh, I thought you meant Zach, not me.
No.
Yeah,
He's
screw
from
you, buddy.
Texas, not New Zealand. They're a little bit different.
Oh, it's
Mm.
totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm okay.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
So
I've been better. I need caffeine or something. My timing is all screwed up.
it
Shit.
is a little bit, but that's okay.
Oh
Whilst
no.
you get your coffee, what you need to complicate or contemplate,
Complicate.
yeah,
Contemplate.
contemplate, uh,
Constipate.
that too. What shall be your New Year's resolution, sir? So think
I
about
want to
that
get
when
my
you get your
pee-pee
coffee.
touched.
You want to get your pee touched.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah,
it's
well,
been way too long for Booster, boys.
that's a
So
good
let's get.
goal, dude.
I'm putting.
I can't
I'm putting
disagree
my
with him.
pee-pee out on the scene.
His pee is out, baby. I'm gonna tell my wife,
Yeah,
hey, baby. Booster says
flailing
his
around.
New Year's resolution is get his pee touched. Sorry, penis. Ch- Ching ching. He wants a ching ching touch. She's like, just exasperated, which is always a good expression for Booster.
She's very
But
excited for me. I'm glad.
I don't think that was excitement, but that's all right. So good. There we go. One resolution down. We got GOP
Yep.
with us. How you doing, man?
Hey, not too bad, man. Just chilling, enjoying my holiday festive season and all that.
Oh, sure,
Yeah.
sure. And are we in pursuit of the PP touching as well?
Oh yes, absolutely,
Okay.
always.
hmm
All right. So that's good. That's good.
That should be a quest in your next D&D search.
Good.
It,
The
well,
quest for the
the
PP
quest.
touching.
Yeah. Mm.
Uh,
Corny tip over there.
right. Or the mystery of the purple PP. We can do that.
Oh,
That would
I
be cool.
like that.
Yeah. That
Mm.
sounds good. But of course, that's one of the reasons you kind of get married, and PP touching is not so far travel. It's kind of a convenience, actually. But
A
so
convenient service.
the convenience, yeah. So GFP, what's your resolution for the year, brother?
I think I want to do more. Um, Hopefully, well, later in the year, try and get back into more like comic book stuff with like investment and stuff like that,
Hmm.
which I was kind of starting to do. But sadly, we didn't get our campaign funded. But hopefully, I want to
Yeah.
do release more campaigns and stuff like that.
Well, I know
Try
how
and
that feels.
yep.
So, but yeah, I think I would agree on the same thing. I definitely want to do some more writing this year. That's kind of my resolution, and I think I should make get together a team and put something together and put something out there. I think that's going to be my goal as well. So we're on the
All
same
right, I'm
page.
in.
Very nice.
Okay. All right, Booster. Yeah, Booster's in. Write that down, baby. Booster,
Yeah.
Booster
PP
does the art.
touching, and going to do something with a comic book. My wife is taking
Mhm.
notes. Sweet. All right. Well, let's say hello to Zachary. How you doing, Zach?
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah. So you're a
uh,
married man, so PP touching is quite easy, I'm assuming.
yeah, that's not an issue.
Yeah, it's true.
Um, so, New Year's resolution probably would be uh, get out of the house more than once a month.
Oh, well, yeah,
So,
that's not bad. Well, how
yeah.
old are your kids though?
Once a month,
Well,
amateur.
my kid is 4, but the thing is that I I just I watch her during the day and stuff. When my wife gets home,
Hmm.
she'll either take her to go do stuff so I can work,
Sure.
or whatever, and then I'll eventually get out of the house maybe to go work out or something. But it's just
Hmm.
I don't know. I've been in Texas for a year and I have no idea what's around me.
Oh
I haven't been
wow,
out,
no, you should definitely go and research, dude.
so yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the good thing about a 4-year-old though is they're old enough not to be fragile, and
Mhm.
they're young enough to be very mobile. So
Yeah, and
it's a
there's a
good
lot of
age
places I
actually.
can walk to. Yeah,
That's right.
it's I can walk to a lot of places. I just need to get up and do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that's good. That's good. That's a good thing to hear. But yeah, I think when the kids were young, of course, most of my kids are here right now visiting for the holidays. Say hello, kid. He said something like that came out of his mouth. But
They're nice.
when they were little, we used to try. I don't know what, twice a month, baby. I think about twice a month we try to get out of the house. Sometimes three, but it's tough because everyone's working. The kids are got school. Of course, yours is a bit young, but yeah, you have to make that effort. That's true. That's cool. That's a
Mhm.
nice resolution. So we have PP touching,
Mhm.
two more writing, and one get out of the house more. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. Let me go over and say hello to the chat and see if they have any resolutions or any comments or any chastisement for the booster. I did send a link over to Model if he wants to come in and say hi. But he says, I'm sculpting in ZBrush tonight, my good man. He's busy. A very talented
Yeah,
fellow, though, Model 3
and he
dude.
likes TFT. I see.
Well, he does like TFT, and I'm very happy to have him on the show. He's quite knowledgeable about many things.
Mhm, mhm.
And of course, if you guys listening are not, we got 8 people in here. I'm shocked actually. If you guys are interested in being on a TFT or any of the other shows, just let us know, right? Because especially if
Have
you
you
got
got one,
knowledge,
Clifford?
I will have one this week. Hopefully, I want to get back on track.
Because I have. Well, Fundaro has a suggestion that will come on if you do it,
Uh
but
huh.
it might get us in trouble.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, spit
It,
it out.
uh, he wants to do a show on eugenics.
Oh, eugenics. No, that would be a good conversation. Yeah.
And he wants to play devil's advocate in favor.
Oh
Oh,
my
that would be dangerous. I I think it might be a
goodness.
bit
Yeah,
safer to
that
leave
would.
Devil's Advocate in Chester's hands. I'm pretty sure. Uh,
Oh God.
but no, I'm joking. I'd be happy to have Thundera come on and do that. I mean, eugenics is an interesting conversation, and it's
Touchy.
actually one that has polluted the so-called democratic or liberal parties across the world for a very long time. It's interesting how that conversation leads you that direction because it is quite political, oddly enough. From a scientific point of view, it's just a scientific thing, but it's been used in a very uh, poisonous way, I would say. I think that's the word I'd use. But yeah, okay, let's do eugenics this week. Come on back, guys. TFT
We're doing it, baby.
Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern
Oh
Time.
no.
Sounds good. All right. Let's see here.
Uh,
DeWolf says, Good evening. Well, good evening, DeWolf. Somley is here. Very nice to see you, Somley. And Happy New Year to you, brother. We got Hannah Kirk. Hello, Hannah. Nice to see you. To the 2010s. Yes, sir. A little bit dated there. You'll catch up eventually. Tatsunami. Oh, hello, Tatsunami. Happy 2020, you magnificent human beings. Well, thank you. That is super sweet. And it also says, Hey, Booster. So I guess you're not considered human. Sweet. All right. So at least the
Oh.
Tatsu's pretty smart, I'd say. All right. Nick C's like, Happy New Year. Well, hello, sir. Nice to see you. Somebody says, absolutely 4 years, 4 year old bounces when they hit the floor. They do. They're very robust, actually. It's a miracle. Hannah,
Mhm.
Hannah says, please, no. 11 now. Oh, okay, okay. We talked about kids. Did anyone listen to Dillard's Festivus stream? God, I'd be terrified. Booster went blue. Blue.
I I disavow that stream. I disavow I disavow very drunk Booster,
See,
and I disavow his use of slurs.
See, the thing is, though, you were already drunk when we were doing Drone Recorder Ultimate Edition, and you just kept drinking, and then you found
I
yourself
kept going.
other places to be. Uh,
I did. Went on a bit of a journey, a bit of a tiki tour.
he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
DeWolf loved it, though. He thought it was hilarious. All right, caught for the
Oh,
chat a little bit. Oh, we lost GOP. What happened? No, GOP's here. Who did I lose?
No, I'm still here. Who'd you lose?
I lost
You didn't
somebody.
lose any.
we lost no one. No one is lost. Jesse's
No?
going senile.
Damn it.
It's
I'm only 50. I'm not even 50. Oh, no.
Yeah,
there's
it's
only
already hitting
four
you. That's
here.
pretty bad.
It's not a lot of math. You just literally four people.
Yeah, oh, fine, GOP. Pick on me for math. I'm not. I'm an English language person. I'm not a math person. But
Samuel Oakley would like a link.
Somali, yeah, sure. Go ahead and drop. I'll drop him one actually. Let me take
I
care
got
of
him
that.
already.
Oh, you got him sweet. Yeah, let Somali up in here. It's nice he's got some time. His because he's over in Scandinavian land. So that's a
Finland.
weird time, dude. Yeah, yeah, Finland. Yeah, but
I would like to discuss melodic death metal with him. The Finnish have the best death metal.
they do. Scandinavians pretty much own heavy metal right now. But
Mm.
and actually, if you guys are into metal like myself, and I guess Booster as well, there is a dude on
Yes.
the internet here who is really great for that. His name is Razor Fist. He has a show called The Rageaholic. And he does metal mythos, and it's pretty cool, dude. If you're a heavy metal fan, that guy, he does his research and he prepares some
Or
pretty
you
nice
could chat
production.
with Booster because he knows an autistic amount of the subgenres of death metal
You do.
and all sorts of other
See,
metals.
I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
know you were a heavy metal fan, dude. That's cool.
extreme metal, death metal, brutal death metal, black metal.
Oh, wow.
I do it all, baby.
Where exactly does Iron Maiden fit into that?
Uh, they're just kind of regular heavy metal. Some a bit of glam metal. They definitely originated the more operatic singing voices, right? With the that spun into power metal.
Well, I don't know. I kind of lay that on Judas Priest, to be honest with you, but I get what you're
Oh yeah,
saying. Yeah, no, Iron Maiden is kind of interesting one for me because for me, Iron Maiden and Rage Against the Machine fall into the same category. Absolutely killer riffs, great music, but both of those guys are just raw, hardcore anarchists.
you say
Uh,
Rage Against the Machine or
oh my, they're like anti-government, anti
oh yeah,
anti
I'm pretty sure they're
everything.
commies.
They are
But you know what?
definitely commies, dude.
Tom
Yeah.
Morello's got on a guitar, so
Oh no, the Raging Against the Machine is a killer band,
yeah,
dude. But they are
yeah,
absolutely communist. And
yeah.
of course, Iron Maiden is a British band, and they love to
Mm.
chastise the Americans for being, I don't know, British. I don't know.
But
But
we didn't the Americans get rid of the British for a reason?
yeah, but
Yeah.
the things they bitch
So why do they
about.
think they still have a say?
Yeah, but if you go listen to Maiden's lyrics, I don't know if people pay attention to lyrics anymore, but if you go listen to lyrics, they're bitching about America, but what they're really bitching about is stuff that happened under British rule. So I don't know
Chester,
what
I
they're
listen
on
to death
about.
metal. I have no idea what the people I listen to say.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. Who
I just
cares?
think, hey, that guitar sounds neat.
I see. Hey, Somali, what's up, dude? Somali, you got to unmute yourself and say hello to me.
He's too shy. He's been watching you for a year. He's starstruck, Chester.
Is he? Is he?
Mhm.
I
Starstruck.
I think he's having some mic troubles. We'll let him sort it out. But Somali's dude, he's been very helpful, man. He does a lot of news research and brings stuff in. It's really cool, dude. I appreciate Somali quite a bit. Of course, I appreciate all you guys coming in here and having a
But
nice
we
little chat.
appreciate Tommy the most.
We do, we do. That is true. But no, I mean it is interesting. I think we fall into a little niche because YouTube cares nothing about us. They don't do notifications for us. They don't do any of that kind of stuff half the time. But we're also too small for them to care about. and it's kind of perfect, I think.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. But anyway,
It's a
while some
beautiful
late,
place to be in.
yeah, right. I hope. Well, I hope after the election things will go back to a little bit more, a bit of normality, because obviously it's the election that just broke their brains. So hopefully we'll get back to something normal here in the future. But what I do want to kind of talk about and ask the chat, if you have any questions, we'd love to answer some questions. But I do want to talk a little bit about what's going on with Bugbear's Basement. Now, this year we did a lot of stuff. We played tabletop games. We done several tabletop campaigns. We've had a lot of fun with that. We got a great one going on right now, and I don't know how far it will go, but I know we at least have many sessions left because we to get to where we're going with it anyway. But in the future, I want to keep Bugbear's Basement as is. So before we get into the future, let's talk a little bit about the past. So, Zach, how has your experience been being part of Bugbear's Basement and the stuff we do?
It's been extremely fun. Uh, the only thing I would say is that it feels like compared to other tabletop things, is it feels you know there's we don't have a lot of time to think about what we're doing. We just have to do things.
Hmm.
So there's not a lot of time for discussion and whatnot. To as you know, like sometimes we'll get into discussion of like what we're gonna do next, and it ends up taking up like 30 minutes. But to be honest, we don't really have 30 minutes because we're slotted into 2 hours, so
Right.
we don't get a lot done.
Hmm.
For like a week.
That's
So
true.
I don't know. So
Well,
it's sometimes we get a lot like we do a big jump, but it feels like that either we don't have enough time, or we need to
Hello,
kind of
guys.
limit how much talking we're doing on just like random things of that aren't actually helping us progress through the mission or the story or
sure.
something.
Well, it is
So,
extremely truncated format. That is true.
mhm,
But that's also why I brought in experienced players, so that we could facilitate. Because I think we all understand. Hey, this is a weekly 2 hour live stream, and we get it. You know, but
mhm,
if we were just sitting down by ourselves, just running it, and maybe we should do that in the future, because this is a very specialized. There's only about 8 to 10 people who are really interested in watching this, and that's fine with me. So maybe we
mhm.
should change over in the future, maybe in the next campaign we do, to just screw it, just do a normal D&D format. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hmm.
see how that goes.
Hello. Guys.
Hey,
There he is.
Sumley.
Hey, finally here.
Hey.
There he is. All
Pretty
right. How you doing, dude?
technically. Oh, I had a really great evening and just a
Oh,
couple of
that's
good friends, and we watched some Daredevil season 2
ooh,
again. So
ooh, nice.
really
Nice.
cool evening. Nothing special. Just me and a couple of mates.
Oh, that's good though,
Yeah.
dude. Daredevil's great. So the question we have going on for coming up this year is, do you have any New Year's resolutions, sir?
Actually, yes, I plan on doing a lot less apologizing for things.
but you're
Oh
but
no.
you're Finnish. I don't think that's possible.
Oh, well, anything's possible.
Anything's possible. Well, because I personally think that the Swedes and the Finns are more apologetic than the Canadians actually.
Oh
So
no.
Oh
I
wow.
know, yeah, it's pretty, it's amazing
That's
actually.
dire, mate.
Unfortunately, today that is very much the case.
It is. It is. So is how is Heikkinen doing? By the way, I haven't heard from him in quite a while.
Sorry, who?
The F1 driver, the your most famous person to ever come out of Finland.
Oh, him. Häkkinen. Oh, I don't follow that crap myself,
Oh my
unfortunately, at
God.
all. So I can't say. I honestly don't know. I never had any interest in it. My old man is the one who follows that, and
Ah, I see. I love F1. That's one of my favorite sports I watch. But Heikkinen, of am I pronouncing that correctly? Is that how you pronounce his name, Heikkinen?
no, Häkkinen.
Hakkinen. Hakkinen. That doesn't sound as good though. Hakkinen. Oh well, I'll have to
No,
change my brain.
yeah,
But all you guys are listening who know who he is and know F1, you know that dude is freaking fantastic. He is the Iceman for sure. But all right, cool. So you're going to what was your resolution again? Say it again.
I will apologize a
Less.
lot
That's
less.
right. That's right. That's right. Okay. Okay. Now, suddenly, I've only been on one other show with you. So this is our second opportunity. So I'm curious a little bit more about you because you do a lot to help the show out. What do you do? What is your profession?
Oh me, I'm just work. I, I think I mentioned that I work retail. Yeah, that's it.
I see. No, that's okay. And do you have any kind of like, are you an artist or a writer or anything like that as far as comic books are concerned?
No, not a creator of any sort either.
So you're a consumer like me. I see. And Booster.
Consumer, yes,
Yeah. All
very
right.
much so.
All right. Uh, well, uh,
Average. Yes.
well, let me ask you one more question before I jump over to GFP. Now, we're talking about how this year has been with Bugbear's Basement specifically. Now, you've been and watched quite a bit of our shows here. You comment quite a bit on them. How do you feel the role playing has been going here? Do you have any suggestions that we might improve or something like that?
Well, I only have followed this recent campaign, and
Uh
it's
huh.
been very good. Personally, I feel that I kind of feel I missed out. I haven't listened to the other or watched the other previous ones you had. You had at least a few, right?
I think we had two before
Because
this one. Yeah, two. Yeah.
yeah, as for this campaign, yeah, it's been. I mean, I can't think of anything to complain about really off the top of my head. I mean, it's been progressing very at a very good pace, especially recently.
Yeah. No.
Uh, Suggestions, yeah, that's a tough one, I have to say.
Well, just think on it. Think on it,
Yeah,
because we
I
would
will.
definitely would be more fun, more that we do the best we can. We do have some really cool things coming up because of all the actions and the things these guys have done. I actually have a very clear picture of what I'm doing or what's going to be available for them to do in the future. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. I got a pretty good, neat little set of challenges for them, and eventually I will kill one of them. I promise.
Yeah,
It will happen.
I've
it
tried,
has
Yeah.
been a miracle. It's been a right miracle that nobody has died yet. I
right?
mean, it's been 14 or 15 episodes now,
Yeah.
and it's been really close several times.
Not
Well,
for a lack of trying. Sheesh.
right. Well, I mean, I would have had Slick. I would have had Slick if he didn't have fire immunity. He would have been dead for sure
Uh-huh.
in that
It would have had
battle.
me last one if uh, the monk had been, or no, what was his name? Hadn't like instantly killed his guy with like that aura.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would have killed me, and
Well, and that
yeah.
was actually a hint, role playing hint, right? Because he was trying to coup de grace you. He was. So
Hmm.
obviously they were there to kill you. They weren't there to rob
Hmm.
from you. They were there to murder you in your sleep. But yep, you survive. You guys are just survivable. That's the way it is. But see,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
the whole werewolf camp alone, I was sure that that would be the end of at least two or two of them.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah. But it's been cool. It's cool the fact that because I'm not really. I mean, in certain situation, I am holding punches, of course, pulling punches a little bit. But in most of those type of fights, I'm really not. When they're especially in important pivotal moments, I don't hold back at all. But it's been a lot of fun, and we're going to keep going forward. And the challenges will get more difficult. So that in the next one, when we get into it here, hopefully next week we'll be able to do a full session and we'll see what happens. It's pretty interesting. We left them on a cliffhanger, just kind of update. They are down in was it Kingsport? Kings what?
It wasn't a
Uh,
King's Bay.
Kings Bay,
Yeah.
Kings Bay. They're in Kings Bay, and there's obviously some stuff going on with the Eldrin. They have hired a group of halflings, or could be a ruse, when it was suggested. But it seems that the Eldrin have hired a group of or a halfling guild, rogues guild, to come down and keep an eye on things because it's a little bit far out of their reach. And our party has come up against it, so we'll see how that works out. But GOP man, you got any comments or suggestions or ideas or whatever on this year, and then I'll come to DeWolf next.
Well, I think I think with the time frame that we have, because it's shorter than most campaigns,
Yeah,
I think we've actually learned to manage that time for the most part pretty well. I know early some of like the early combat sessions, we kind of it kind of slogged a bit, but I think we've gotten a lot better at getting our stuff going quicker.
true, true.
Putting our like
Mhm.
it's my turn, I have to do this. You know, so I think I think like we've actually got a lot more done in this campaign than a lot of campaigns that I've had 4 hours to play. You know, so I think this has been pretty good. I think the players have done really well. I think you've done really well as a DM. So
Well,
it
thank you.
worked out.
I think it
Yeah.
has worked out, and like I said, I think the key thing was I went and looked for experienced gamers, and Slick is the only one that's kind of out of rusty because he hadn't played since when he was younger. But pretty much everyone knows exactly what they're doing, and it's really good too because I have, of course, Bob's not in here. But I got Bob and the rest of you as well. But Bob is really up on the fifth edition because I know all the previous editions. There's in my head. Fifth edition, I'm not as up on, but I'm learning, and the changes aren't radical, so it's pretty easy to flow. I think so. That's pretty cool. Any suggestions you think going forward?
Um, I don't know. I just think yeah, just have stuff planned out ahead. Or or when things are happening, like if it's not your turn,
Hmm.
focus on what you're going to do on your turn, and
Yeah,
and try and be ready, because it's kind of like we, like if all this combat, it's 6 seconds in game,
that's
so
right.
if it takes you a lot longer than that to get your point across on what you want to do,
Hmm.
then
Yep.
that's less realistic than just you know okay, I'm doing this now. This is what's happening.
Well, I think they've
So
got. I think you guys got a lot better about that, though.
we did. We
Yeah,
really did.
yeah. So I mean, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right. Well, let me move on and just kind of get this general concept because
It's
we got.
a new miracle. We have not one but two dwarfs
We
today.
have twinned them. That's a terrifying
It's a
thing.
double quote.
Ah.
But Mr.
What's going
Chairman,
on?
hello, sir. How you doing? Can you unmute yourself and say
Howdy.
hi? Hey, what's up, dude?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. It's great. Yeah. I had a dropout, and then I got back in. So the whole interwebs is trying to catch up
Which one do
and
I
everything.
shoot?
That's all right. We have space. No
I'm
big
the
deal.
real wolf. No, I'm the
So,
real wolf.
how were your holidays, sir? How you doing?
Doing good. Yeah, yeah. Christmas was great. And all the other holidays too. I waved at them as they went by. Hanukkah and
Right,
such.
right, right. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was a good deal. We actually stayed home because it was Wednesday. Christmas was on a Wednesday, and it wasn't a weekend because we have family 3 hours away, both my and my wife's family.
Uh-huh.
And so instead of driving there and doing all of that, we stayed home for Christmas because it was on Wednesday in the middle of the week,
Hmm.
and I was on call for work, and we haven't done that in for so long. I guess 10 years or more. So it was relaxing, and then like the day later for
Hmm.
the weekend, we actually went down and uh saw our families and stuff. So it was pretty neat the way that we got to enjoy our Christmas. Of course, the other big event was the Christmas card that I put out for Flying Sidecar Press,
Oh, that's
and
cool, dude.
so that was fun. Got that out to people, and it got a lot of got some feedback. It's a funny thing because we talk so much about comic books and activities that you can do, promotions and things. Christmas is kind of easy. I mean, as long as you're not doing something, I guess it's terribly, the demons are taking over the world. I'm not sure how you'd fit Christmas in there,
True. That's true.
but but for the most part, if you have something where you've got Christmas in your world, have your characters do Christmas, which is what I did, and I even got a totally different world, but they have a Christmas a type of any version of Christmas on their world, so I was able to use that, and it's just more promotion. It's more ability to put something out there, talk about what you're doing, get involved with people. And I actually did see some other people do that. And if you already have a fan base built up, you're just putting out, something else and making it fun. So that was exciting.
Oh, that's cool.
And
And
then there's
I did find it interesting. You mentioned you're on call for work. I wouldn't assume there would be much need for assassinations during the holidays, but you
yeah,
Uh, Makes perfect sense
it
to me.
Tis the season.
so
tis
I didn't
tis the
have to
season.
I wasn't called. I wasn't called. I didn't
That's
have to
good.
didn't have to do anything. I got to stay home. And Bugbear's basement though. So
Uh,
I
uh,
actually
uh.
was in on day one of character creation, and I wanted to play, and immediately realized like the next day. I mean, things changed at our house, and I mean, uh, I'm honest, right? I was honest with myself. Looked at what was going on and said, "All right, I'm not going to go any further because I don't want to disrupt it, how the game's going to go."
Yeah,
But
well,
you wanted to have experienced
yeah,
people,
it's too bad too
you know.
because you are a full-on role player. So it would have been nice to have you in. And who knows, maybe things will change in the future and you can join another campaign. But because I'd like to
Yeah.
have you in, actually, it would be fun. But I get it. You have kids of that age, dude. I get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kids. My wife's in school. She's doing schooling. She's got another year. So even throughout this next year,
Mm.
I'm probably not likely going to. So
That's all right.
it's
Yep.
unfortunate.
Whenever you can, dude. And congratulations to your boy. He seems to be progressing in his gymnastics.
Yeah. Oh yes. We actually have a guy. We have someone to actually cheer on. I would normally say root for, but we have a New Zealander here. We have someone
Ooh,
to cheer.
where?
Where uh, it's an
I'm
international
English
show, so
today.
I'll say cheer on. So we have a guy to cheer on because he's an Olympian. He came Monday before Christmas, and he taught the boys some skills and some things. And so I only know his first name, Jason. So American team is going to be a guy named Jason,
Oh, that's
and so
very
that was
cool,
really
dude.
cool.
Yeah, it is
Got a
cool.
picture of him with the boy
Hmm.
and the whole team, and that's going to be so cool to actually look for in this upcoming next year, 2020. Look for this particular gymnast saying that, hey, that's the guy that just taught my kid
That is cool.
something.
Yeah, it's nice when they do that. I know when my son was younger and he was doing baseball, some dudes or came and taught the kids. Hey, Seth, when you were doing your baseball, wasn't there some like pro or something that came down to talk to you guys and like did a field day with you or something like that? Yeah. Yeah, some pro came down and I remember, yeah. Yeah, it is cool when they do that. They take time out of their schedule to do stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is very neat. But
it's funny.
yeah.
It's funny you say pro, except these guys are college. They're 20. So I mean, they're pro, but they're just so very young because
Yeah.
of the way
The
it
system, yeah,
works.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's interesting that you decided to change from root to cheer because I was doing New Year's resolutions, and I'm going to ask you that here in a second. And Booster said his New Year's resolution was to get his pee touched, and of course, if you said root, he would probably take that in a slightly different way. I would think.
Take it as a suggestion. Yeah.
Yeah, a suggestion. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
So what is your New Year's resolution, brother?
Oh, I was yeah, because I knew that question was coming. Really, for this particular environment and community, it's got to be. I mean, you kind of stole my thunder with your own idea. It's to actually press on do some
Yeah.
pressing, and get
Yeah.
something
Good.
pressed.
Okay.
So, which means, of course, putting that book out, right? That I've been working
Yeah.
on.
Well, you and I are, are,
Yeah.
are very similar in that way when it comes to this community. Both you and I have writing ability, and we're not comic book writers, though. But why not, right? And we both put out work, and people have seen it, and they liked our work. So I think it's good. I mean, well, why shouldn't we? It is interesting, though, that I've learned, and you've learned along with me, that being a writer in this industry is not the easy thing, dude. If you're an artist, it's much easier to get into something than as a writer. It's quite it's oddly set up. You know what I mean? It's not comic book industry is not set up for success. Oddly,
Yeah. It's not set up for success. It's also it's you got to pay attention to writers. Yeah, that's my advice right now to anyone out there who's backing comics. If you find a comic that you understand that the writer is someone that you are interested in, follow that guy. Find them and give them some kudos. I've discovered that writing is far more of a challenge for comic books than it is any other thing because with prose you're just putting it on the page, and I'm actually considering, because I have so much extra material, background information for the characters in the comic book, that I would like to go ahead and flesh out eventually, maybe into some books. But I have so much of it, I could actually just write the novel itself and then make the comic book out of material in the middle of the novel. In doing that,
yeah,
you just write what you have to do,
yeah,
right? You just write the plot, you just write the characters, you just write things forward, get it edited, you get it checked, you're done. With writing a comic book, it is the most difficult thing I think that a writer can possibly experience to do successfully, because of the idea that you have to plan panel by panel, page by page, and then the dialogue.
yeah.
And
I
to do it
love that though.
correctly,
That is the cool thing. Is I
oh, it
thought I
is.
didn't know that when I first came into
Yeah,
this. That is very cool.
yeah. And there's a difference between whether the page is a page that's open to another page, right, an odd and an even, or if it's the flip side of the next page coming on board. How that works, and like I say, to do it successfully, because we've seen a lot of books come out, and that's why I said find out stories that you can understand that their writing is really good with, and recommend that person, and because that is a special talent that I've noticed here that is different than anything else. And if it shows up in the actual comic book and you notice it, then that's really good, because we've seen a lot of comic books here recently
We have,
with
yeah.
some great art,
Mhm.
some with some iffy art, great characters, and as you're reading through them, you realize there's a dynamic that's missing by the time you get to
Mhm.
the end of it, and that's what it is. It is somehow in there with the writing, the investment of the characters, and the plot, how it's delivered. Little pieces of the plot can be given to you through the dialogue of the characters, and little background pieces of information, even the name of a character or something can be put in there either deliberately or it can be put in there more fluid. And
Mhm.
that's the writer's job to make sure it's
Yeah.
delivered in a way that you get it, and it's fun.
Well, DeWolf, we have a successful writer in here with us. So let's go over and say hello to him and see what he has to say about that. How's it
Uh
going
huh.
on,
All right.
Slick Jimmy?
Love to. Oh,
I don't know how successful I am.
Dude, you made a book and it's published and it's out there. That's success.
Oh, 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 not yet, brother.
Yeah.
But it's coming. I've been
it's
writing for
on
a
its
long
way,
time. I've been,
like George R. R. Martin's latest book.
that's right. I've been writing as an avocation for a long time, and I, I know how to do different things. But as for a successful writer, I'm glad that um, you're putting me out there as that, but not yet. I agree with just about everything that sorry, um,
Well,
DeWolf.
you're
Dwarf
DeWolf.
has been saying,
yeah.
and
Well,
and and
you no. Go ahead. Sorry.
I but what I'm saying about with writing, it's one of those things. If you're not a drunk, oh, you got to have a passion for it, and then usually it drives you to drinking. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
Because most people in the world aren't gonna, you know, they're not gonna be successful in that if they don't make it anything but this thing that drives them. And I have so many things like most of us do in the world that kind of preclude me from writing all the time. And when I do get to write, I I want to be secluded, and I just can't do that in the way my life is now. So,
Yeah. Well,
Oh yeah.
your book was well received, though. People are very
well,
excited about it.
the concept is so.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
Well, same question for everybody now, because you've been part of this campaign, though. That you have two questions you got to answer. One is, how do you feel this year has gone with the campaign, and then you follow that up with your New Year's resolution. Go ahead.
Um, with the D&D campaign, or my campaign,
Oh, no,
with
the
the
D and
book.
D campaign. The D&D
All the
campaign.
above.
Okay, all right, just making sure. I think D&D campaign. It's the first time I've played in years, and we've had a good time. I think you're a good DM. You keep us on the edge a lot of times, putting us in positions that we're not sure we're going to come out of, and for some reason we have. I don't know if that's you're doing or just the will of the fates or whatever,
Oh
but
no, I want you dead. I want you dead.
I, I'm that's what I felt. But you know, my character is very she's kind of got a hair trigger at points and causes a lot of havoc, and a lot of our other characters have their definite personalities, and I think that
Fireball.
what yeah, fireball. And I think we had a good time, and I hope that this 2020 we get somewhere and we don't die and we have a conclusion, and then we can call it our epic. So there you go. Oh, and then you said resolutions, right?
That's right. That's right.
Resolve to get this damn book done and into people's hands and move on to the next episode.
And
And
Booster,
then,
a copy
you
because
know,
he's your
I
best friend.
yes, yes. And then I guess another resolution is probably to get myself in better health. That
The
would be
one with
nice.
the titties.
So yeah,
Yeah,
going
right.
with the titties.
Well, certainly we want
There
you
you
to have
go.
in better health. And just so you all know, officially, Sugar Lightspeed is 18 plus. Wink, wink. So you know.
No, no, she is 18 plus. God damn it.
I love it though. It's a cool character. It's
You have an
very,
idea.
it's risky. Yeah, it's nice. Risque.
Mm,
There we go.
it
Sweet,
is risque.
sweet. All right. Well, does anyone have anything to add or say or comment on before I move into the future?
Going
Mm.
into the future.
Yeah,
Oh yes, yes. Well, first of all, you and Booster are already in the future.
that's true.
But the past year, here with Fanspeak Comics, the year prior, this all of this was kicking off. This year, we said was going to be just the pandemonium. We knew that the books were going to be coming out. We knew that people would be reading them. That we would understand what Comicsgate meant and where it was going to go and how it was going to be fulfilled eventually and what it turned into. And we had various predictions. And I gotta say, looking back, um, for the most part, dude, we probably are a good spot on, 9 out of 10
Well, of course we
from
will.
I think so. Yeah, we've been pretty
yeah,
accurate. Yeah.
yeah.
That doesn't mean we won't have people from Comicsgate on the show. You know,
Oh no, there are everyone. That's
we
the whole
always do
point
it.
of Fanspeak Booster. Everyone's welcome.
Yeah,
Everybody,
exactly.
right? And
Even
we
SJWs, if they,
uh,
if they're just not widows.
dude, we've had him on the show. We've had
Yeah,
liberals on the show. The dude from Black Monday Murders, who I was
yeah.
absolutely elated to have on the show. He's definitely more liberal. I've done a bunch of stuff on the Coffee Akihabara with more liberal people. Yeah, but no, everybody's welcome here. And we caught a little bit of flack for that. Not much, but I don't understand why we caught flack for it. But our rules here are very simple. Don't
People
come
want to
up.
have this. us against them kind of thing, and have their
Yeah,
own little. Oh, no one else. You have to lay fealty to this particular group.
that's
Why?
right.
You're
Yeah,
weird. Leave me
you're
alone.
weird. Yeah. Well,
I don't want
and
to be a part of your weird cult.
well, if we had done that though, Booster, we probably would have a larger viewership. But I'm
Oh, easily.
fine with it. I'm fine with what we have because there's only two rules here. One, don't come in cussing up a storm, and two, don't come in picking a fight. That's it. Everyone is welcome here. I don't care. We're talking about comics and nerd culture, and if that's what you want to talk about, come on in and have some fun. And that's been our model, and we're going to stick to it. But of course, Comics Gate's welcome. Always, we've had many Comics Gators on. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. But let's move on to the next topic because we don't want to sit here and run too long. I know it is New Year's Eve, and everyone's kind of busy with those kind of things. But I'm going to check the chat. Well, I should check the chat real quick first. Let me do that. Let me jump over here. All right. Let's see here. Let's see here. We're talking about his blueness. He got drunk. Can I get a link? We gave that to you. Oh, Dave. How you doing, Dave? Did someone say heavy metal? Dude, I love heavy metal. Booster loves heavy metal. DeWolf?
Mhm.
I don't know. DeWolf's he looks like Lou
I
Diamond Phillips. So
I feel like you'd hate my middle Chester.
you think?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Like the screaming and the growling and the sounding like Cookie Monster.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, but some of it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heavy metal. Nixie says the worst thing a Brit can call an American is a patriot. Is that a backhanded comment there, Nick? I think I was really referencing with Iron Maiden mainly the song "Run to the Hills." Run to the hills. It's about us Americans killing and beating on them poor little Indians. Wu
Yeah, Brett
Tang.
Bear, don't call me a patriot. Brett Bear, Brett Fox, don't call me a patriot. That would be the worst thing in the world.
Oh
great,
my.
great movie, dude. Tatsunami, Wu Tang Forever. All right, so rock on. Nixie says YouTube doesn't go after Chester because of all the title misspellings. Dude. It's a plan. It's a plan,
There's a spell. There's one in here. In fact, it went Bayment.
huh?
The Bugbear's Bayment instead of basement. I
No,
like
no,
to think
no.
it's like a basement of all
Well,
your
dude,
days.
I do think of a Nick when I can. I have to keep that in mind. English teacher,
Oh,
by the way. Yes, Chester, where Chester, where is your manservant this evening? Is he
he's
tending
went
to
to
the
Dinale.
table? I think so. Yeah. I haven't heard from Dinale in quite a while. He kind of disappears sometimes, but that's all right. I
Mhm.
like this guy. He's my
He's
kind of
jumped the
guy.
fence.
Oh, right,
He's
right.
running for the hills.
He is.
Oh, don't
Uh,
worry, we'll catch him. We're gonna call ice.
Nixie says,
Love you, Denali.
"What is it like worshiping Thor and Odin? Are they cool?" I think that's for Somali.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Somali.
Uh, I I didn't. Well, this came out of nowhere. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm,
Mhm.
mhm, mhm.
Uh, yeah, I don't pay much mind to them.
Oh man,
Aw, but they're kind
Yeah,
of the
they
coolest gods of all time,
that's
dude.
pretty cool. Yeah.
yeah,
With
I,
they leave
I,
me
I,
alone, and I leave them
hammers.
alone. I think it works well for
That's true. That's
both
fair.
One guy's
parties.
deity got nailed to a thing, and your ones have a hammer. Is it a coincidence? I think not.
Uh oh. Uh oh.
I,
Uh oh. Uh oh.
Hot
I
take.
worship
Hot
I
take.
worship Crom. He gave me all my shit, and he doesn't bother me. We get along well.
There you go. That's a fair point. Fair dinkum, as the Australians like to say. I don't like that expression for some reason. Model 3
I
says,
don't either. That's why I don't say it.
okay.
We
I
don't
asked
take all
that
the other.
question about Denelli every show. I know, dude. Things got dark. Ooh, Booster's an Olympian. Oh, no.
That is true. Yeah.
It's true.
Nick C says, anyone can write comics. That's what makes it fun. Yeah, no. Anyone can do anything they want. And that's what makes life
Mm.
fun. Roger says, "Hey there, everyone. How's it going? It's going great, Roger. Nice to see you here, brother. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to everybody. Let's see here. Almost done. Oh, Thundero's in here. Uh-oh. Things are about to kick off. This is where Booster is. Uh-oh.
He's
Traitor!
yelling.
I'm in trouble. Thundero's going to yell at me. Hunter Kirk says, Booster is being bad. Uh-oh. And then CG
I'm a
imploded.
bad boy.
They kind of did, unfortunately. Thundero says, I'm very freaking ready for 2019 to be over." Okay, dude. Worst single year of my entire life, but 2020 will be incredible. Sweet, dude. I hope it is for everybody. Nixie, I know you guys don't like controversies, but 2020 better end the infighting. I agree. Uncle Ethan needs to chill on Mike's hating and vice versa. Yeah, they need to chill all together, but
They
I'm
will.
not going to open that can, dude. I just don't care. They need to chill, and they need to get back to the business of what they're due. That's what my suggestion. Thunder says, "Do I hear blasphemy to the Lord Thor?" Uh oh. Uh oh.
Oh no.
Somley, you're in trouble now. Hey,
Yeah.
RT
Oh
Bear's in
yeah.
here. He says, "Happy New Year to all." Send Art a link, see if he wants to come say Happy New Year. New Year and new decade. Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a link to Art, or do you want me to send him a link, Booster?
I'm on it.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, let's have Art come in here and say
Oh, he's
Happy New
on
Year.
it.
I'm a slide in his DMs.
Sweet.
Real.
Slide into his DMs, name dropping. All right, well, while we
Mm-hmm.
wait to see if Art will come in, and I've caught up with the chat, so thank you guys for all your comments. What I would like to do is talk a little bit about the future and where we think we're going to go. You guys can cover any topic you want, maybe more specifically here on Bugbear's Basement, but it doesn't matter. Let's go back over and start with Zach. Zach, what are you thinking about the future, this 2020 ahead of us?
Oh gosh, it's going to be intense. Other than are we just specifically talking about just the campaign? Or are we talking about just in general?
Well, you can talk about anything you want, I guess. Go ahead.
Okay. As far as the campaign, I think I'm gonna die. And that's
Right.
um, uh, I got my book that I'm working on, so that's gonna be my big thing. And then I'm going
Uh-huh.
to be working on more projects that people have contacted me about because of the book and you guys and everything that's been
That's
going on.
awesome,
So
dude.
it's
Yeah.
it's just awesome.
Well, I do have one point I will make with the commented campaign, though. How exactly did Lacey turn out more badass than you? Because I don't cheat with her. I
Because you
rolled.
made her a warrior. You made her a warrior.
Uh-huh.
You were
Well,
like, she's a warrior class and I'm a rogue class.
uh-huh.
And I've never played a rogue class, so I'm like, I have no idea. I'm used to being like the warrior or a tank or something where it's just like get up in there, do some hack and slash. You don't have to really think about the tactics too much. And now I'm a rogue and I'm like, I failed and I got hit and now I'm like basically dead. What do I do?
Well, because
You know?
she's definitely wearing the chainmail pants in the family.
Oh, be quiet,
I'm-
you.
How many has he got by now? It's kind of freakish.
It is. It is. Ooh, my wife just brought me hot cup of coffee, and I didn't even ask for it. See, that's the world you should live in, right there.
Did you say your waifu? Your waifu?
No,
Brought
why would I say that? My
chocolate?
wife, she's
He
a
doesn't say
living
IRL.
fleshed thing. I'm going to tell her you said that, baby. Zach said you are a waifu. Oh, she gave
I
you a
think it's
look.
great
She
that
gave you a look.
Yeah.
I think it's great that she's a strong, independent woman, and she goes and does what she wants when she wants to do it. That's great.
Oh yeah, well, dude, she's in charge around here anyway. So I mean, what the hell? She do whatever the hell she want to do. That's for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, but no, I'm a very fortunate man. We are coming up on our 25th year next November, and we are happy. So I'm very lucky.
Nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. Long time being married. We're going to do something special next year. She said she's going to take me to Kyoto. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why I want
Is
to
that
go.
is that a euphemism for something? I'm just wondering.
I was kind of hoping so. That's got my fingers crossed on that one.
She's like, "Oh baby, I'm gonna take you to Kyoto." And she's sitting here like, he's like, "Eh."
Yeah.
I'd,
I
I'd
won't
be
translate
concerned
that unless she get
something
that.
like that.
No, it's actually a place, but I prefer your idea better. Sweet.
Mm.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Zach. And did you have any things
I,
else to add?
I do know that
No,
Kyoto is a
nope.
city. I'm just saying.
Sure.
Nope, that's pretty much it.
Ah, cool. All right. All right. Well, how about you, Slick? What do you think about this? Now, you already mentioned that you want to get the book finished and stuff, so we get that. But what do you think about the campaign here? What do you think about the future of the campaign and what you'd like to see happen? How about that? What's your aspirations for the character?
My character, um, I don't know, get to some god level shit and blow stuff up. How about that?
All right. Fine. That's fine.
Like,
More
what do you
bigger.
want more? Like,
No,
I'd
no.
like to get into the main. I'd like to get into the mainland and travel around, get off the islands, and maybe see Waterdeep and head east. That would be kind of fun.
Well, there are a couple of wars going on over there, and there are things happening on. Waterdeep would certainly be a troublesome place, particularly for you, being a wizard.
Yes,
Yeah,
there's some history there also with my character. So,
that's right. That there is.
um,
That's right. Yeah, yeah. Sweet.
yeah, and in the future of this year, I don't know. I've been thinking maybe everybody's talked about doing compilations and like that sort of thing. I'd love to have other like writers take a stab at like my world, my universe of Lost Peaks, and maybe play around with some other characters nobody's ever met and introduce them that way. And if I ever did that, I would be the type of guy that would at least pay for people who write. I mean, I think just like artists need to be paid, writers need to be paid as well. So
Oh,
there you
absolutely.
go.
Yeah, I
And
would
that's
say
something
writer.
I'm
No, I
go
would say
ahead.
writers need to get paid more. Actually, yeah. More
Okay.
than the
I mean,
artists. Yeah,
it's a very hard job that people
yeah.
seem to think is just anybody can do it. Sorry, the next door neighbor's dog is howling to the moon, I guess.
Well, it's Happy New Year's after all. Sweet.
Hmm.
All right, cool. Well, there you go. There you go. Now, Samali, you told us what your New Year's resolution is, but this is the second time you've been on the show. You think you'll be able to make more shows in the future, dude?
Um, I would certainly like to. It's kind of depends. I mean, this evening this night is definitely an very rare case. It depends on how tired I am after. Yeah, I mean, it's when you start. It's usually 3 a.m. for me, so kind of
That's
a
true. It is difficult. I understand
yeah.
that. Yeah. Well, you know
It
what?
it is.
Well, you know what we'll do, Samali. Booster is going to send you an invite to the Discord. Make sure you're on the Discord so that anytime you are available, you can just pop in whenever you like. How's that?
Anytime.
Okay, it's a deal.
Sweet. All right.
It's an invite just for you.
Just for you.
And
And
if you go to
Thanks.
anyone else,
yeah.
I'll
Well,
know.
well, do keep in mind, Samali, it is a time sensitive thing, so don't let it sit too long, because those
Oh
Oh
things
yeah.
yeah,
are limited time.
understand. Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
totally.
Cool. All
I,
right.
I made him a personal super special link just for him.
Sweet. There you go. So definitely get on that. All right. Thank you, Samali. And GOP, same question. Future, brother. What are you thinking?
Well, as far as the game goes, I definitely think that that the elves and the werewolves are going to come to a head at some point. I think that's really gonna kick off something interesting. As far as Cornelius is concerned, he's I've got some interesting new ideas for him to ways for him to try and scam people and just be a overall rascal, So that's that's what I got going in my mind with him. But yeah, I've come up with some creative ideas and stuff that I can do in the future if he
Sweet.
lives. Living is important too.
Living is important, although you haven't been in danger that much. It's been mainly Zach that has taken the brunt of damage. Too bad we don't give
Well,
experience for just being damaged. That would be nice.
I've I've
Yeah, I'd
come
be
up
I'd
with
be way
creative
over PM right now.
yeah. I've come up with creative ways in situations that where I very could have easily died, but I've come up with creative ways not to die. Because like
Mhm.
in that confrontation, I don't think they were gonna kill me, but if they were, uh, like I if I wouldn't have done what I did, I probably would have fallen pretty quickly. You know,
Yeah. Well, no,
and
it seemed pretty obvious to you they were trying to capture you. They were trying to kill
yeah,
everybody else, but they were trying to capture you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
well, like
it is interesting with your character. We unintentionally, I might add, found a major weakness to your character. Because I had a certain enemy that was coming. I forget exactly which it was, but a certain enemy was coming at you, and your spells were just not effective in that one fight. So the bard has a major flank that you might think about having to how you got to cover that up.
That was the wyvern.
It wasn't. Yeah. But I mean, it was interesting because that wasn't my intention. I didn't plan it that
Well,
way. Yeah.
my thankfully not just for the wand of magic missiles, but um, so the bard gets a special ability, like the bard class that I have, and I think bards in general, but like uh, my subclass gets the ability where I can basically pick off spells from other classes. So like in this last one that I got, I picked up fly and fireball. So I can cast fireball now if I need to.
Yeah, I think that helps to round the character out because it was interesting. It was actually a very interesting fight the way it worked out. Maybe not as much for you, but I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. If I would have done a few things differently, I could have actually done some decent damage. But I have to be if I'm trying to do like straight up damage, I have to be a lot more creative to accomplish that. You know, most of
Hmm.
my stuff is like messing with people's minds, and
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
Oh yeah, I gotta have to commend you on that. Bard is a really fun one for me to play. I love the how it works. I've done it in the live action world as well,
Yeah.
and it's just something
Uh-huh.
that I mean, adding a fireball in there
Yeah.
because I mean, normally that's kind of something I steer clear of. I like to be really true to Bard, but to have it as part of your repertoire is very helpful. Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
the problem is he's a bard and he is a halfling. The most hated combination in the history of role playing. So what do you got to do with that? But yeah, no, that's cool, dude. I'm looking forward to see what happens with the campaign too. And the good thing is I'm not really thinking about what the next campaign will be. All I'm thinking about is what's going to happen in this one, and that's good. It's got my 100% focus, so it's we're gonna have fun, man. We're gonna have a good year with it. But awesome, thank you, GOP. And how now, DeWolf? I know you talked about it a little bit, but do you have any other kind of plans for this year that you haven't covered?
What? You're gonna give me an entire year
Yeah.
to do things with the rest
Yeah.
of my life?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I
Wow.
was talking to Booster. I do apologize. Hey, go ahead.
Oh, hi. Shit. What did you say? I
Uh,
wasn't
Oh, we're just picking on your complete lack of motivation and your effectlessness, and that's it. Nothing important.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, fair
do, remind me again, when was the tomato season?
I'll say it again. Say it
enough.
again.
Month until tomato season.
A month. Oh, a
Oh,
month
okay.
until tomato season. There you go.
Yeah.
So his fecklessness shall pause for 2 months. So awesome.
Yeah, and then it's back on schedule, boys.
Yeah. Now
Don't you
and
fear.
back on schedule. So let's wait while Booster goes and checks his dictionary, figures out what that word means. In the meanwhile, Dewolf, go ahead.
yeah. Okay. So because I say that though, that you give me an entire year because we say these things so aloof. I mean, honestly though, you get to do things right, do things over, try something new, try something different, and every year it's the same, and we look at it sometimes with monotony. And and now now this year, I'm really looking forward to it in a different light because I've got this flying sidecar going along, and so instead of just doing things with my work, which I'm hoping for a promotion, so that's that's great in and of itself. But then there's also part of that having more resources means, and I'm sure Ski knows about this. You take your own resources and you put it into your own. Well, Zach as well. You put it into your own product and you're investing in it because you believe in it. And so that's where I'm at, and that's what I want to see personally. My ability to do that is grow the brand, try to get that book out, of course. But I also want to throw in a prediction here. Oh, I went off, didn't I?
No, we hear you.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Ah,
You're good.
He went
No,
off
I
just
think
now.
he
I guess.
lost us. Yeah, no, that's okay. That's no problem. Uh,
Oh,
and Nixie says, "Congrats, Chester." Oh, no, I'm being congratulated for something I don't know. Did I have a blackout moment?
congratulations, sister.
Sweet. I don't know.
That was like 10 minutes ago.
Was it? Okay, I was just kind of trying to check. But oh, he's back. But
Hey, sorry.
well,
And he's gonna get.
he's gone again. Well, how about you, Booster? Now, to be fair, I mean, we joke around, of course, a lot over here, but Booster's actually very popular. He has a lot of channels he jumps on. He's got a lot of friends. He's a beloved character that shows up all over the place. So,
Stop
seeing
it.
as this is the truth, that's okay. The truth is warranted. You must have some plans for this year, dude. You can improve your standing in the world in general this year. And how are you going to do that, sir?
I have some plans.
And they involve PP touching
Oh,
and
they're not for you.
damn it, Booster.
I'm
Whoa.
not sharing them live just yet.
He's not
Stay
sharing them
tuned.
live. Well, maybe we'll see an improvement to his stick figures. But nevertheless, I think we've been running
hey,
here for about an hour. Go ahead, DeWolf.
so I was going to get to, improving my like studio space because I've got the comics up and stuff like that, and the internet, making sure I can stay on a stream and
Well,
don't robot. Right?
well,
You
actually,
haven't been you haven't been roboting at all this time,
that's
I
right. That's
believe.
right. Yeah, it's been pretty good
Okay.
because you shut your camera off. But yeah, no, you need to improve your setup. That's for damn sure. Yeah.
That's so that was part of the resolution, and it's funny because I dropped out, so it was great.
True, true, true.
Hmm.
All right. Well, thank you guys very much. And what I'm going to do now is, while I'm checking the chat to see if there's any other comments, I'm going to let these guys just in general say anything else they want to say, and then we'll end the stream for today. I do appreciate you guys coming in and saying hello and Happy New Year's to us. We are hopefully next week we'll get back on schedule with everything. And tomorrow, as far as I know, we'll have a comics news today. Then, of course, we will have the Drone Recorder Ultimate Edition. So we're going to try to get back to it and have some fun. But while I'm doing that, you guys can go ahead and just say whatever you want to say before we finish the show. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I'm just yeah. If anybody has any questions about like in the chat about the campaign or about any of our characters or anything like that, if you want to ask, I guess feel free.
Yeah,
Some stuff we can't reveal, but until the right time in the game. But I'm sure there's other stuff that we could talk about.
Hmm.
Yeah, indeed. Great. I
Mhm.
I concur.
Yeah. See, Jimmy
Eh,
can.
And my
Yeah.
and the damn dogs next door will not shut up.
son of Sam, indeed.
You know what you must do.
So I'm
Jimothy.
gonna make a prediction.
All right.
I'm gonna predict, because this is kind of the time for it, really, that for the community itself, for all of comics, from what we've seen, I think you're gonna see more kind of curds and whey action going on. We're gonna be a big Milky Way mess this next year. You're gonna see like portions of that gel together. I think we're gonna see part of this community really gel together and start working together. And it's funny, as I was thinking that earlier, Slick said something about getting together with like other writers or other creators. So that chatter is already starting, where more people kind of want to do some crossover, some things. We've seen books come out, we've seen some successes, and I think you're going to see part of those things now start coming together. Even I have had another person ask whether or not I want to write for a character that's already established out there,
That's cool.
and I have to look. I have to look to see whether or not I can do that. Whether that character is someone that I can actually devote some time and attention to, and do it well, and pay that particular character and story, um, any good press, so to speak.
Hmm.
And I think we're going to see that. I think we're going to see more community coming together, working together in different pockets. But once again, curds and whey. So you're going to have pockets and pieces here and over there and working together. Much like the pontificators are doing with us with art and whatnot. I think that's going to
Yeah,
grow and
that's a good show.
solidify, and we're going to have a stronger independent comics community.
Yeah, you got three
It's going to be fun.
pontificators right here, dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like that show.
I,
How
I
about you?
I'm no pope. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I said I'm no pope. I'm sorry. It's a
Oh,
pontificate.
okay, okay. I get it. I get it. That was a pun. Yeah. Well, how about you, Zach? Are you enjoying the pontificators?
Yeah, when I can make it. I very much enjoy talking to Art and all you guys.
I
And
think you bring
having,
a certain sensibility to it. Actually, I like having you on.
yeah, I just feel bad that I haven't been able to get on for the past like 3 or 4 weeks. Art's like going out of his way to do this thing, and I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
so.
I've missed a few shows too because of work and stuff. It's just it
But how
is what it
about New
is.
Year's resolution? Do it for Art.
Right, right, right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And he was on earlier saying hi, and that was cool. Anyway, all right. Anybody else?
Starfire is best Titan.
That I don't understand how that has lasted so long, but yay. Pope
Still going.
Starfire. Hi. All right, guys. Well, thank you all very much for being here. We appreciate it. Come back tomorrow for standard comics news today, which we'll do as we normally do. Maybe Dinale will be back for all I know. He's I'm sure out there having his Latin New Year's festas, whatever that is. It's probably more fun than I'm having. But I did. Exactly. But I did have myself some really good steak last night for New Year's Eve. That was nice. I appreciate that.
Medium
Um,
rare, I hope.
Did you have
no,
some Kobe beef? Did you? Did you have some
oh,
Wagyu? Did you have some of that?
way beyond that, dude. I'm I'm I'm
What?
I'm in country, dude.
What?
I have access to the
What?
real deal, not that stuff they sell to foreigners, man. Yeah,
Deer and
no.
corn fed. Stop it. Just stop it. Be quiet.
No, dude, the steak here can get pretty good if it's the right type of steak. But I'm talking like fork tender steak. It's pretty nice. But yeah, we had some good. I had two kind of steaks last night. I had a nape steak and I had a sirloin as well. It's very nice. But I do enjoy that.
Can,
But all right,
can I ask you a question?
yeah,
I
go
mean,
ahead.
before we go off,
Uh-huh.
why is it? It seems like cows are not like cattle is not a big thing over in the East. Why is it that the Japanese have developed the best damn steak in the world compared to anywhere else when like
Uh-huh.
the rest of the Far East doesn't seem to pay much attention to them?
Well, I can answer that question. The other Easterners do. They've just been doing it for a long time, and they have their own preparation, which is not something that we recognize. Steak, for instance, with Japan, their history is quite interesting. Until Meiji time, when the Meiji Restoration took place about 100 some years ago, basically. Japan, under its not only Buddhism but the Shintoism as well, they didn't eat meat. They ate some kind of meats like fish and rabbits and stuff, but in general they didn't eat meat. So they had no beef or pork culture here whatsoever. But when the restoration happened and they were in that panic to be more like the West because they found they were so primitive in technology and stuff, they just kind of it went in a rush to catch up, and of course that's what brought them into a conflict and war. But that's when they started doing meat. So they haven't had a very long time dealing with it. And when the Japanese focus on something, they perfect it. That's just the culture here, and they focused on it, dude. And that's why we have. But of course, it's very expensive, and it's expensive for a reason. I mean, they freaking massage the cows, dude. I mean, it's
Wow.
yeah, they're very serious about those kind of things.
I, you've heard of the Michelin stars. I'm sorry, we're going off on a tangent here, but the Michelin stars are given by basically, the Michelin company, the tires and stuff. But it's they do it for restaurants and they do it for hotels and things. But outside of France, you'd think that America would have a lot of Michelin stars, and there are a few in in New York specifically, some out west and some in Chicago. But the most Michelin stars in the world beyond like France are in Japan, and Tokyo's kind of littered with them compared to it's only Tokyo's comparable to like Paris in the sense of their culinary um, presence on the world, and that kind of speaks to that. I think what you're talking about.
It does, and to be fair, there are a lot of Michelin restaurants here, but actually there would be a lot more than that because many restaurants refuse it. They don't want anything to do with it.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Damn
Okay.
Westerners.
Well, that's kind of how they look at it. They don't need their approval, I guess. But no, that's just the quality of the culture. I mean, every culture has its quality, its thing they do really well, right? And that's just for the Japanese. It's focusing on something and making it better. That's just what they do. But anyway, interesting question and segue. But we are going to end here today. Thank you guys very much. We'll check you out tomorrow. And let me see who shall give me. Samali's the guest. So Samali, you're going to give us our namaste moment, sir. Words of wisdom from the cold north, sir. Please.
Oh, heck. Uh,
Something involving
well,
Odin and Thor would probably be nice.
okay. Give me a second. Give me a second. Ah, hell.
I'd prefer something sexy from Freya. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, hey, we'll take that. We'll take that. Yeah. He's checking. He's giving a Finnish
Is he
quote. I think is
googling?
what he's doing.
Yeah,
He's googling a Finnish
in my
quote. Yeah.
brain, 3, 4 a.m. here. God damn it. I well. Okay. Well.
Okay.
Here goes.
All right.
I uh, forgive, never forget, and I will not forget this, Chester. Good night.
Uh oh.
Okay, we could hear it all, but
Namaste.
it's something about
Is that words of
forgive.
wisdom or is that words of wisdom or a threat?
I think it's a threat. Yeah, yeah. Forgive,
Namaste.
but never
That's
forget.
just a Norse platitude.
It
You
is.
can't
It
tell the
is.
difference between words of wisdom and a threat.
Sweet. Well, thank you very much, Samli, and namaste.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right.
Stay.
Later, everybody.
See you.
Later.
Hasta banana.